A brand key is a guide that defines a brand. Its concepts, the message that the brand conveys to the public, and the framework of that brand. One of the things you need to do when you start building a brand is to develop the brand key. The brand key is equally useful for first-time brand, startups, and those who intend to redesign an existing brand. It will help you shape the overall look and direction of your brand. Only if you have built the discipline of consistency into every action, behavior, and communication, both externally and internally. By incorporating your brand identity into every aspect of your organization, you will be able to create a successful brand strategy. The brand key contains a lot of important components. Let us understand and implement each of them. The process of branding is complete only when you have carefully defined and considered the following key elements: promise, position, personality traits, story and associations, etc. Root strengths. What quality does your brand have if you want a customer to use products and services only from you? What is the big deal? Alongside the organization's history, how it adds credibility, shapes the face of and lends value to the brand is called the brand story. It also usually includes a summary of your services and products. In a nutshell, the roots are the historic strengths of the brand, and they represent its past or where the brand comes from. They often become key supporting elements to the reason to believe, and therefore play a role in the development of the brand benefits. Competitive environment. We must be aware of the strengths and weaknesses of other brands that are our competitors in the same environment. We must also learn what is on our side to compete with them. Insight. Are the services and products provided by your brand capable of satisfying your customers' needs and wants? To understand that, you need to periodically review the brand's performance and its results and resolve issues. You should always analyze each statistic for this process. You should always take into account the changing interests and attitudes of the customer toward the markets and products. Only then will you be able to modify existing products and create new ones accordingly. Your insights ultimately guide your outcome and executions. Values, beliefs, personality, and position. It is the part that describes what your organization does, whom it caters to. You need to make sure your brand always has a stand and personality in all important matters, and it must remain constant for them. You need to think about what you can do for the community. The beliefs and values of the brand must match with its identity. Once you have completed your brand position, the next step is to tell the world in a nutshell. Your brand association must also support your brand positioning statement. Reasons to believe. Your products or services must have all the benefits that you claim they have. Then you will never lose your customers. If not, you have a responsibility to correct your mistake, make a difference, and restore the trust of the people. This is an important point, though difficult to implement, because there is nothing in this world more difficult than regaining lost faith. Keep it intact or make the right decisions without wasting time, and the results you have gotten so far with malice, even if it is lost. Every business move should be weighed against this promise to be sure that it justifies it, or at the very least it does not directly contradict it. Target. The success of this process is because you can identify who your target audience is and meet their needs. All of this can be easily understood if you study and research deeply about your targeted audience. If possible, a survey can be conducted through both old and new media. Those in urban areas and those in rural areas should be studied separately. This is because the income and lifestyle of these two groups of people are very different from each other. Mostly, those in the city will want quality at a higher price, and those in the village will want to buy more quantity at a lower price. It is the duty and mission of a brand to ensure quality both in urban and rural areas. This component plays a pivotal role in the whole positioning exercise. First and foremost, because brands tend to look at their target in terms of their categories. While, of course, people tend to break the company-imposed boundaries of categories in terms of functionalities and emotional responses. Benefits? What are the benefits of your brand? What do your audience and partners get ultimately from your brand? You must have an exact answer to both of these questions. Emotional benefits look at how a customer feels when purchasing or using a product. How does the product influence them emotionally? Sensory benefits deal with how a product appeals to consumer senses. Discriminator. This is your unique selling proposition. The job will be easier if you can find the factor that will make your brand stand out from other brands. What is a unique qualification for people to approach your brand while excluding other competitors? The more the benefits, the better. If we want, we can define it in a single sentence. The discriminator is the single most compelling and competitive reasoning for consumers to choose the brand over its competitors. Essence. Take all you've already completed and distill it and compact it down into one all-encompassing message. This is a tough bit. The brand essence is a single thought, typically expressed in 3 to 5 words that capture the soul of the brand's fundamental nature or quality. So, how do you make sure that you're connecting with your audience? Simple. Start with a brand essence statement. Customers buy the unseen and intangible characteristics of your company. The things that make you genuinely unique compared to other businesses offering similar services. Your company's brand essence highlights your values as an organization, the value you can provide to others, and the experiences you give your customers. Essentially, your essence is the ground zero point of your brand development. Brand associations. Brand associations are all physical artifacts used in the brand building process. This includes your logo, name, colors, fonts, image tagline, and so on. Once all of this is done, you need to create one brand book and make it available to your employees and partners. The brand key helps your brand to develop an effective strategy for successful running. If you do the brand key before building the brand book, you can include all the basic and important information that you get in the brand book. The brand key is also known as the brand box. It can be utilized equally by all brands, small and large scale. Also can be used as an inside-out tool, starting with the essence of the brand and working back to the other elements. But it also can be used as an outside-in approach by looking at the target, consumer insights, and the marketplace first. Thank you for watching us.